Now, I think at some point we've all been in the trenches trying to figure out the best place to do our online betting. And the truth is, we often try and compare some of the top dogs. And that brings me to comparing BetMGM versus Bovada. Now, I currently play on both sites because they have similar offerings, and both companies are also reputable as far as reviews go and have been in business for quite some time. However, Bovada has been in business a lot longer, over 10 years at this point. So BetMGM is still a little bit on the newer side. But I'm going to be giving you my personal experience take of using both of them. And in my opinion, Bovada is the clear choice at the moment for three different reasons. And the first is they almost always have better lines for sport betting. And they also let you do some pretty crazy parlays on here without being limited. And what I mean by that is, if you do sport betting and you like to do parlays, I've done parlays at plus 500,000 odds, and they let the bet go through. The second reason is twofold. The bonuses for getting started here are massive at 3,000 plus for new members. And then on the flip side, getting your money out is a lot faster as well. It takes less than 15 minutes via cryptocurrency, which you really can't beat. And the last reason is they have a poker room. And it's not just any poker room, but one of the biggest you can play right now within the United States. It's got tons of cash games and big payout tournaments such as the monthly $1 million series. But here's the thing. You could always play on both to take advantage of different bonus offerings and different times and, maximize your money that way as well. Finally, I would actually like to show you guys a recent session I played on Bovada Poker at the 500 limit tables where we got a nice winner chicken dinner. Of course, if you'd like to learn more about Bovada, grab a bonus for getting started here or get on our poker newsletter where we send out one email a week on updates. We'll have some links below in the description. For now, let's get into some of these hands. Okay, and definitely stick around to the end because we got basically close to a double up in this one. There was an interesting spot. This session is from like 2 weeks ago. I'm always recording my sessions, so that's why, I upload them because you guys love them, I'm sure. Anyways, this hand was a little bit sad. Check this out. We would have had 2 pair on the flop. Check out the turn card. This was sad. Very sad to see. Oh, man. Just sitting here like, why didn't I play this Jack 9? What are you going to do? This kind of stuff happens all the time. I don't think we would have got any action anyways. Nobody had anything, so would have been whatever anyways. We would have won the blinds on that. All right, queens. Okay, and this ended up being one of those flops with queens where it's like, can't really get any worse. I think it was just one of those ace-king type of boards, and you've got queens. It's like, come on. It's like, give me a break. Okay, anyways, no, there was an ace there. So not necessarily anybody has an ace, but I played this hand very passively. 2 other players. King on the river, even worse. I mean, so we somehow ended up winning that. I was like, okay, we'll take it. But, I thought for sure we were losing that one. All right, 5-4. Now, in this one, I was in a really tricky spot where you're going to see an all-in play by me, and you really don't want to miss it. I mean, it was pretty ridiculous. Not going to lie. We also have a hand where we're going to get counterfeited pretty bad, and you're going to see that happen here. And this is another thing too, guys. When you're playing poker, whether it's live or online, you are going to have those losing days. You got to accept that and, play through it. But you don't want to get emotional and then start sport betting with your poker bankroll or playing casino games, because that is a recipe for disaster, and a lot of people do that. People have messaged me about that, and you just got to be disciplined, All right, a lot of people in this hand, honestly. Okay, this hand was disgusting. Get ready for it. Now, ace-5 is one of those hands that flops very well, especially suited. I'm calling a lot of 3-bets with this hand all day, because it does flop well. Even in situations where you're up against pocket aces and you've got an ace-5, especially suited, you would be surprised, man. I've won with it quite a bit, even being in bad shape like that going to the flop. But this hand was just disgusting. I mean, disgusting. Like, this was unbelievable. This would ruin a lot of players, but you're going to see me play through this. And that's the key, man. You got to play through these things. I hope you guys learned something here. Okay, we hit top 2. The flush draw is dead, but at this point, it's like, who cares? Okay, this guy shoves all in, and I figure he probably has a hand like, I don't know, maybe a flush draw, but maybe like an ace-8 or an ace-10, which is giving him credit because I don't even think he was that strong. Okay, he turned over pocket 9s, and he hits the miracle 9 on the turn. How disgusting is that? This guy shoved on that board with pocket 9s. You got to be kidding me. But yeah, we took the beat right there. I reloaded. We went down like $100 or something. So, we went from playing pretty decent to start to being down. But, like I said, I played through it, and you got to play through it. And it's not like I started playing bad. You're not going to see me open raising with like 5-8 offsuit, and, doing things like that. I stuck to my game plan, trying to play good poker, just playing through the pain. But that was brutal, man. Oh, man. Ace-5 suited, hit top 2, all-in shove with pocket 9s, hits a miracle 9 on the turn. That is brutal. That just leaves a bad taste in your mouth all day. But I forgot about it. It wasn't until we played it back right there that I was like, dang, that is sick. But it happens. Unfortunately, I'm going to prevail anyways because, like I said, we're going to get about a double up here, close to it. So, whatever. So, keep sticking around. Okay, so this was the hand that made me. And what's interesting about this hand is I had a similar situation not too long ago where I think it was also offsuit like this where we either hit top 2 or a straight, or maybe it was a straight both times, but just get ready for this. It was really disgusting. And honestly, this was very tricky because I'll tell you what, it's like, what do you do here? I mean, this is just one of those crazy, absolutely crazy, insane hands. So buckle up. Buckle up for this. Now, when someone open raises to $22 in a 2-5 game, typically they've got a pretty strong hand, and I know that, and that's why I made this call anyways. So you're looking at mid to high pocket pairs, and obviously your, ace kings and ace queens and things like that. But what was crazy here was we flopped the straight. Obviously, it's on the low end, but we also have a straight flush draw to go with this. And, as long as nobody's got like a big flush here, then we're money. But it's like, it's impossible to fold this hand. And in this spot, I was thinking to myself, like, if I make the call here and, we could get counterfeited, or I could just get it all in right now. Sadly, you can only run it once here, but I'd probably run this twice for sure if you could. Okay, and we somehow won that one. Yeah, that was crazy, guys. But like I said, there was no way I could get away from that. And fortunately, we had him by one card on that flush, just praying for it, to hit the board, which it did. It was pretty ridiculous, but, that's just one of those spots, man. It's like an impossible fold, and especially when you have the straight, there's just no way. And yeah, sure, I did get lucky on that river card, but at the same time, I think if you were in my spot, you probably would have done the same thing. I mean, there's just no way, right? There's just no way to get away from that. And, if you lose, you lose. But fortunately for us, we won. I don't know what the odds would have been there, obviously in his favor, but at the same time, we weren't dead. Either, but pretty crazy stuff on that one for sure. Okay, I'm just gonna recap some of these things because I am trying to help you guys out, obviously, as well. And if you want to maximize profits in each session, you got to be bluffing. You got to be 3-betting people. It's such an important part of online poker, even live poker, but more so online poker because it's such an aggressive game. And as you move up in stakes, you're going to see people 3-betting quite a lot, especially in these shorthanded cash games. And you got to be able to adjust and, outplay people and apply pressure. Then you've got really focusing. You got to focus on the games you're playing, keeping it at no more than 2 tables at a time. And obviously you don't want to get emotional when you take those losses. You could see with that ace-5, that was a brutal beat, but I didn't let it affect me. I still played through it, reloaded, back up to $500 in this one. And it is what it is. I also want to end things saying that I do, frequently mix the 1-2 and 2-5 games up. It depends on how I'm feeling that day, what I want to play, And, I keep anywhere from, I don't know, probably like 2 to, on the higher end, 10,000 in my account at all times. It depends, I do throw those occasional sport bets in there and that kind of stuff. And, I like to have fun, but that's usually what I have in my account at all times. And, if you're looking for a starting bankroll, I do recommend starting at the 1-2 games. I think 10 buy-ins fine. So, $2,000, I would start with those games because you don't want to play the really low stakes because people don't play good at those games. So you're not going to improve your game. You're probably going to play worse playing those games, honestly. And you want to play with better players anyway so that you can become better. That's what this is all about. And slightly improving each time you get into a session. Okay, I think I've said enough. Hope you guys enjoyed another one here. Like I said, if you are looking as well for those poker bonuses, poker sites to get started on, we'll have some links below in the description. As always, thanks for watching this one, guys. We'll see y'all in the next poker video.